Peace. Well, what's happening? Prince Ash here. Back with another vlog, another rambling on, number 6 it is. And the first thing I want to say is a big thank you to everyone who subscribed. We hit 250, that's what we were aiming for the past month or so. I want to hit 1,000 subs before the end of 2025. Let's see if we can do it, or how close we can get to it. But it would be really cool if we could hit 1,000 subs. But no, I'm happy we got 250, and that's a big milestone. Like, to be honest, like, the real and single milestone I want for this channel is to hit 1k subs. Like, so if I achieve that, like, I can die in peace. Like, I know that's a horrible kind of way to put it, but you get me, like, you know. And yeah, no, I had a great day today. I spent some time with my family, my brother specifically, and like up until like 4 or 5 months ago, my brother wasn't speaking to me, like, on account of the carnage I caused in my addiction, like, and it's really nice to have that relationship back with him, and a growing relationship with him, and yeah, things are going well that way. Like, I wasn't in the studio today. I'm going back to the studio, record a couple tracks on Thursday. I'm looking forward to doing that because I'm working on my new album as well. I haven't written any lyrics in a little while now because I've pretty much any spare time I have has been like going into vlogging, which I'm okay with. I'm happy enough doing that, like, for this period of time, because prior to this I had a little break from vlogging, and now that I have a new camera and stuff and sensory lights and everything, it's like, yeah, I want to dedicate a bit more time to this. And yeah, I will be putting more time into the music now in the near future anyway. But look, I'm finding a balance between everything, and yeah, things are going smoothly at the minute. Like, you do the right things in life, the right things happen for you. That's a fact. Like, it's all about making the right decisions, I guess. And I suppose it's kind of, you could call it karma that way, like, but yeah, knocking the door shall be opened. And yeah, things are good. Yeah. Yeah, I like this rambling on series. I just get to say whatever I want for 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. And I suppose I had a few things running through my mind before I made this video. I made a reaction video to Bob Dylan's Knocking on Heaven's Door, so you should check out that reaction, because that song has a special meaning to me, very close to my heart. Like, so if you want to check out that video, do. It's the last one before this one. And the second thing I had kind of running through my mind was to talk about my first time smoking weed and how weed has affected me, like, because obviously I suffer from schizophrenia and psychosis, and weed had a massive impact on my mental health and pretty much put me into psychosis. Granted, I was doing a lot of drugs, other drugs, pretty much every drug, and drinking a lot, but weed definitely heightened my paranoia, like. And like, if I take it back to the age of, I think I was 16 at the time, going on 17. Me and my neighbours, we had just said, should we get a bag of weed today, see what it's like? Pretty much that's how it went down. We're like, oh, that fella, I heard he smoked a joint the last day, said it was nice. Come on, let's fucking try that, like. And that's how it went down, like. And we knew where the plug was, so we hit the plug up and we got ourselves a bag of weed. It was about a gram 0.2 maybe, or 0.3. It was not, there was a couple of nice buds there, like, you know, one kind of bigger bud and maybe one or two kind of smaller ones, but they were there was crystals on them. Oh, I'm painting a nice picture now. Like, when the reality is, like, it's a horrible drug. Like, and I wouldn't advise anyone to get into smoking it. Like, you know, just based on my own experience and what it's done to me. Like, but we ended up rolling like a few pinners. In Ireland, a pinner is like a cigarette size roll up of a joint. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, using them, you know, Rizla papers. Like, I don't know what the American equivalent is or anything like that. So that's the only way I could describe it. Like, went out the back of my neighbour's gaff and we lit it up and we're like, I think I'm fucking doing it. I'm not feeling anything. Handed it to one of the neighbours and he was like, he didn't inhale at all. He was like, here, take it. We were all a bit nervous, like, about the guards, the police, like, and fucking anyone finding out. We were like, fuck, this is dodgy, like. And I took the lion's share of it anyway. I suppose I was kind of head honcho of the group anyway. Like, just that's the way it was back then. And I was like, and we finished it off anyway, and we got inside to my neighbour's house, and all of a sudden I was like, whoa, and I started uncontrollably laughing. I was like, holy fuck, I'm feeling it. This is fucking amazing. I feel like I'm in a bubble. And yeah, all of my anxiety and depression and worries and stress was all taken away, and I was just feeling high. Is the only way I could describe it. I was high as a kite, like, and we went for a walk up the road then, and I was looking at the sky, and it just looked so beautiful. And yeah, I just thought it was amazing. I lit up like a Christmas tree. Like, it was the greatest thing ever to me at the time. Like, and I guess you could say smoking that joint was like a nail in my coffin nearly. I may as well have been putting a nail in my own coffin smoking that joint. Obviously there was no way we could tell that I was going to go down the road I did in life as a result of that, but unbeknownst to myself, I was like doing the worst thing to myself I could possibly do, because my addiction completely took hold of me. All I wanted to do was get high after that every day. And I watched it go from weekends to the whole weekend. Like, you know, I'd do it on a Saturday or Sunday. Then it became all weekend. Then it became during the week once or twice. Then it became 5 days a week. Then it became 7 days a week. And then it became all day, every day. As soon as I woke up, first thing I do is smoke a joint. Before I go to bed, last thing I smoke a joint. Was all I could think about. All I could think of is where I was getting the next fix, like, you know. And it led on to other drugs. I'm not saying, like, I hate when people say weed's a gateway drug, like, when I don't know what the case is. I just don't like it, to be honest, man. But it did lead me on to other drugs. Chasing that high, like chasing that escape, which is why I consider alcohol the gateway drug. That's why it pisses me off, because I think alcohol is fucking awful as well, man. It's really bad. But I was cross-addicted, really. Like, anything that would change my mood or take me out of my own head, I'd take it and use it. And I'd be happy doing so, like, you know what I mean? And sobering up was always absolute misery to me. Absolute misery, and suicidal ideations and depression and worry and remorse and guilt and shame, and all that shit just came along and embedded itself in my mind and took my self-esteem away, my confidence, my sense of security, my pride. Yeah, so that was like my first time smoking weed, like, and yeah, it just became an absolute demon to me. I started smoking before school, like when I was in my final year in school. I was high 24/7. Smoke a joint before school, smoke a joint at break time, smoke a joint at big break, smoke a joint after school. I couldn't focus on my studies. I ended up dropping out of school. And yeah, I just couldn't handle being sober. I just couldn't have it, you know. I wanted nothing to do with it. Like, I couldn't fucking deal with it at all, man, you know. And around the age of 18, I started to get really bad effects from the weed. Palpitations, chest banging, paranoid, couldn't catch my breath, just a panic attack altogether. Like, and I was really pissed off because weed was my baby. Like, I was like, fuck, weed is ruined for me now. I can't fucking enjoy it. And I was so stubborn that I'd still smoke it. And the insane thing is, I would hope for good effects when I was always getting bad effects. And obviously my schizophrenia comes into play there as well, and psychosis and stuff. And that's why I hit the drink so hard after the age of 18. It's because I got the desired effect from alcohol. It was easier to get. I'd just have to go to the shop and get it. No drug dealer, no plug. And I did like the effect. You know, it hit the spot for me. Like, even though, again, it came with a load of baggage and carnage and wreckage with it. But I was in complete denial about my addiction. So I was chasing the obsession that I could use normally or without consequences, or drink normally, or enjoy my drinking pretty much. I could never be satisfied, ever. Never felt that satisfaction really in later years, like. And yeah, I'm just glad to be away from that shit now. I suppose this is my vice now. Just a vape, a bit of nicotine. Could be worse, man. I won't be on it forever, but this is it for the time being, like, you know. So anyway, that's a little story for you and rambling on, like. Yeah, that's what this series is all about. Just ramble on. Speak whatever's on my mind. Tell a little story or a few stories or whatever, man. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that today. Peace. Drop any reactions, suggestions in the comments. Let me know how your day's going, what's going on with you, any shit like that. Drop it in the comments. I don't judge. Peace, Prince Ash.